friends, this is Amrita Choudhary from class 6. Today we are going to learn about water. First, available. The water available to us. So, if we consider as 71% of water and remaining 29% land, because 100 minus 71 is, we will give the answer 29. So why we are listening that save water, it is very precious. So the water is more than land. So why we are listening? Because if we consider 71% as 100 and 97% is salty water which cannot use for the main purpose drinking, and the remaining 3% is the fresh water, and in the major source it is glaciers in the Antarctica, Greenland, in the poles. So in the groundwater also that we cannot use because it is in the ground. So the 0.0006% is left for the our use, and it is a teeny bit of water for us to use it. And we have to do the daily activities, drinking, washing clothes in the schools, in the hospitals, etc. we need for the water. So now uses. So we will now learn about the water uses. So first, body function. Plants, animals and the human beings need water for survival. Plants need water for prepare their food and to germinate the seeds. Plants and animals also need water for their bodily function such as circulatory system, digestive system, etc. So now domestic use. We use water for the cooking, drinking, washing clothes, vehicles, watering plants, etc. We need water. So it is completed in our domestic use. So now industrial. Water is a raw material of all the products, in all the products. So the water is also used in the industries. So now germinating electricity. So the water is used for germinating the electricity. The dams are constructed on the river for the generating the electricity. So transportation. So the water is used to sail the ship so that the ships can transport the oil, petrol pumps, etc. Now recreations. Recreations means that the water fights that you have with your friend, swimming pools, water games, etc. That is your hobby and you do with your friends or the family members. Okay, now as a habit, you know that the rivers, ponds, streams, etc. are the freshwater habit, and in that the different types of fishes, crocodile, lotus, etc. is lived. So there is a habit of these animals in the water. So as the habitat completed. So the states. The water is in three states: solid as a ice, liquid as a water, and gaseous as a water vapor. If you take a water which is a liquid and freeze it into refrigerator, you will get the ice cubes. And if you start heating it, the ice will become the water. and that process is known as the melting. If you will more heat the water, it will turn into the water vapor, and that process is known as evaporation. So how you can how you can convert water vapor into water to condensate it. Have you seen that your mother cooked the food? Your mother kept a cap on the beaker. The water vapor changed into water, and that process is known as the condensation. So now next is water cycle. So now that the world population is 7 billion, and just like the 7 billion peoples, the 7 billion, all one people use 3 buckets of water, or 3 buckets of water for drinking, cooking, washing clothes, having water funs with your friends, etc. So though 7 billion multiplied by multiplied by 3, we get set 7 multiplied by 3 is equals to 21 billion. So the 21 billion buckets are used every day. So why it does not finish the water? Because of the water cycle. Is it is made up of cycle made up of water? No, not interesting. So it is just like it is your earth, the circulation between the earth atmosphere and its surface is called the water cycle. Let us learn about what happens in the water cycle. Just like it is an ocean or the lake or river that contains water, the sun shine and the water evaporate. The first step is evaporate, so that evaporation is complete. So evaporate and it condenses with the dust particles. So it becomes cloud. So the precipitation. What is transportation? Transportation is the method in which plant remove their extra water from their leaves by the water vapor. So it forms the cloud, and the clouds become heavier, and they rains. You have a make question that why does not the white clouds rain? Why the dark clouds rain? Because if you take a glass filled with the water and just like take a bucket filled with the water and take a tank. If I will show the light, show the light here, the light will pass from the glass as well as in the bucket, but a little bit. But in the tank, as you can see that no more light is going to pass through it. So the just like I said that the water vapor condense with the dust particles, so it looks like in black. Okay, so now drought. What happens when there is no rainfall or a teeny bit of rainfall in a particular region? What happens? There is a famine, and that famine is called the drought. So in India, the farmers depends on the rainwater. So they have many problems if there is no rainfall. The crops failed. The people may face the shortage of electricity because the water is used to make the electricity, for generating the electricity or by producing the electricity, food and water, and animals that the farmer use also may face the shortage of drinking of water. So the drought causes problems for the farmers in India if there is no rainfall or a teeny bit of rainfall. So now flood. The flood is the opposite of the drought. So in the flood, when there is continuous 4 to 5 days or months, if there is a heavy rainfall, the flood occurs. The water may enters in the houses. The rivers flow beyond the river banks, and there is very trouble when there is a flood. The schools are closed, the hospitals are closed, and all colleges are closed because there is a water all over it. But to help the flood and the drought, the government is producing the food for the us. And now conservation, water harvesting. We can say the water harvesting also. If just like when a rain happens, you put a bucket outside and let it fill, and afterwards you have to fish, just like you use the domestic work, just like washing face. You are making a good use of water, okay, rainwater harvesting. So the big method of rainwater harvesting is that, just like it is your hometown, the rain occurs, the pipes which are connected to your house, and the tank which is beyond under the ground of a field. So you can use after the domestic works, or to recharge the groundwater. The another effective way is to, when the that industry use the water, then the water recycle. Do the water recycle and do not waste the water. So that the save the water. So now first we have learned about the water available to us. The water available to us uses body functional, domestic works, industrial, generating electricity, transport, recreation as a habit state, water cycle, evaporation, transportation, precipitation, condensation, and precipitation. These are the all the parts of the water cycle, and the drought, flood, and water harvesting, rainwater harvesting. So